They're so excited, so bullish. They think it's going to be so easy. And did I tell you, I feel like this is going to be easy, that these central bankers and these CEOs of these large financial companies can't stop talking, and they're telling a lot. We have another one, folks. We have another one. This article is titled, Matera CEO thinks U.S. banks should take a page, U.S. banks should take a page from Brazil's success with Pix and QR code payments. In this, he says a lot. There is a video, right? But I don't know if we're going to get to the audio today, but he says a lot in here. Listen to this. Now, just think about this for a minute. Let's be real. Who helped build the Brazil systems? Stellar was down there for a long time, helping a lot of financial institutions, including their central banks, giving them a lot of information. Ripple's been down there for a long time. Algorand was in there one time, or at least it was Algorand, or maybe it was via Koi Banks, one of those iterations that puts forward Algorand infrastructures and technology. They benefited greatly from the bank coins being down there. But if they're in that position now where they think that the United States will be easy to take, that they're going to move in and, because the United States banks, and I'm paraphrasing, we're going to get to it. Trust me, we're going to read this. It's potent. But that the United States banks will be so easy to take because of their dilapidated, antiquated technologies. He's going to tell you himself here. If that's the case, do you think Ripple doesn't know that? Stellar doesn't know that? Algorand doesn't know that? Any of these U.S. based companies don't think the same thing, that this will be easy. Maybe that's why the verbiage out of Ripple is always how the commercial banks will need them, want them. They've been sitting in tons of meetings. They know, they're hearing this directly. This company is coming from Brazil saying, hey, the U.S. looks kind of sweet right now for the taking. It begins here. Digital transformation for banks and credit unions in the U.S. is ripe with opportunities. Just the first sentence alone. What do they mean by that? You tell me. Digital transformation for banks. Obviously, they're talking about DLT technology. Notice also the emphasis on DLT technology with QR code payments, which means what? If you have the QR code payments, one of the keys to that, one of the most important aspects of that is offline payments. Wait a minute. Who is one of the pioneers of QR code offline payments? Ripple and XRP. Listen, when we're completely done with this whole SEC nonsense, I think it's going to be easy to run through the U.S. and just gobble up those banks. They may have already done it and just waiting to announce it. We'll see. Just my humble opinion. And that equals an explosion in price. Not financial advice. It's just my humble opinion. But let's keep going. But he says digital transformation for banks and credit unions in the U.S. is ripe with opportunities, some of which can strengthen customer relationships. Haven't I been saying that? They need to bring the customers back. They have a weak relationship with customers. There's been deposit flight all over the place. He's saying the same thing, folks. That means we're on the right track here. Wait, can strengthen customer relationships in ways that only a few years ago would have been scarcely imaginable with the help of artificial intelligence, direct connections, and instant payments technology. Who's at the forefront of instant payment technology? That's the DLT companies. That's the bank companies. All that faster payment stuff. That's us. The legacy system has failed. You think not? He's about to tell you. This man was talking. He's about to tell you more. Don't worry. Let's keep going. And haven't I been, listen, oh man, it gets spooky sometimes. Haven't I been talking for a while about the combination of AI and DLT? Not only that, did you see some articles the other day that came out about quantum computing? Oh, we've been cooking. I've been talking about that. AI, DLT, and quantum computing are all going to come together. I'm telling you. And they were talking about that the other day. I know you saw those articles, but let's keep going. It says here, quote, once you start paying for your grocery store with your, wait, did we skip something? Quote, once you start paying your grocery store with your bank app, unquote, said Carlos Neto, CEO of Brazilian fintech Matera, offering up but one use case among many. Quote, banks understand their users better, unquote, and can monetize their relationship in new ways. Now, this cuts two ways. Now, I'm going to tell you that right now. Number one, this could be definitely delicious to the commercial banks. However, I think something that he's forgetting, and this is why we're going to win no matter what. You can't go and cut out those intermediaries. I'm telling you now. So the banks want to maintain a relationship with the intermediaries, which have to be incentivized if you want to keep them involved, keep them happy, because they do serve a certain purpose. They take a certain burden off of the banks. Just know that the banks are lazy. The intermediaries help them continue to be lazy. No disrespect, for lack of a better word. All right. That's what it seems like. Now, those intermediaries are incentivized by continuing to make money, to make capital. And now with what we provide in the private sector, apart from like these other entities here that operate more like they serve the banks, we don't serve the banks. We do our own thing, is that we allow the banks to make money. We make money. The bank coin companies make money. The intermediaries make money. We make sure everybody is getting their hand in the pot and getting a whole bundle of value. That's the difference. They can't compete. So who do you think they're going to use? They're going to use a direct bank app that's going to cut everybody out and mess up relationships, or are they going to go with what is more beneficial to everybody all around and none of them loses anything? That's one of the most powerful things the new financial system and the bank coin companies have. This is one thing I think this individual is forgetting in the U.S. and, a lot of other systems where, like in China, where they're heavily modeled after the U.S., heavily modeled, So now, and I know there's certain differences, but it doesn't matter. When you boil it down, you listen to what China said in their papers that came out about the intermediaries. They couldn't incentivize the intermediaries. None of their people want to hold the CBDC. So they're getting it out of the wallets quickly. And then the commercial banks aren't incentivized to push it. They just go with the flow to the minimum. That's not how you run the system. Don't worry, we have more. I know I'm getting deep too early, but wait, let's keep going because there's much more. It says here, listen to this. Ooh, he's telling. Faster payments are a certainty. Oh, he's saying it's guaranteed. Though banks are at the moment, listen how he cancels out the legacy system. Though banks are at the moment hesitant to sign on to services such as FedNow, he just told you we're winning. It's confirmed. We're winning. Same thing Christopher Waller said. So people can't just write him off. I don't know how people are writing Christopher Waller off. I don't know. It doesn't get more reputable than that, serious than that. But now if you need a second person to tell you FedNow is a failure, here you go. The CEO of Matera is telling you banks don't want to use FedNow. So once again, I ask folks, all you brilliant folks out there, what are they waiting on? Huh? What are they waiting on? What did Christopher Waller say that they should use? They should wait. Oh, wait. Who was that one with over 600 banks? Who was that? Oh, it's getting nice. It's getting real good, isn't it? Yes, it is. So they don't want to use FedNow. They're on the table. Who else is going to take? They don't want to use FedNow. So the only place they can turn is the new financial system. That's it. When we get through this little hurdle, we're going to run wild. Theoretically speaking, of course, there's no guarantees. I don't work for Ripple. I don't know. This is what I'm seeing. You could probably see something different. You understand? I respect that. It says where there's, I'm not one of those people that thinks my way is the only way. My thoughts are the only thoughts. I'm not like that at all. But here on the channel, I can only convey to you what I think. It says where there's concern. Listen to this. I told you, he's exposing it. Where there's concern that interchange revenues will disappear. It can't beat us. Yeah. If you want that direct bank technology, which is not what we're going to do, you'll have to cut out all those relationships. Which means what? That means outsiders stand no chance against us once we start deploying that new financial system technology, that our XRPL technology. They can't compete with it. That Algorand, they can't compete with it. Hedera, HBAR, they can't compete with it. Zenfin, they can't compete. What does it say again? Wait a minute. Don't downplay it. Oh, this is serious. Where there's concern that the interchange revenues will disappear and where they must think about the technical implications of connecting to new rails. You know what the technical implications are? It's because of fragmentation, the lack of interoperability. Ooh, who provides the interoperability? We have everything. We have the liquidity. We have the speed. We have the security. We're working on getting that AI in there. Oh, yeah. Ripple's talked about it. Flare's talked about it. We have Chainlink. We have Flare. We got everything. We have the data feeds for you. People don't understand how big the future is going to be, how bullish these top crypto are across the board. But you're seeing it. This is real evidence. Wait, let's keep going. It says, as to the worries about interchange, Neto told payments that's a myth. There's nothing inherent in the instant payments model that says banks won't be able to make money from instant payment use cases, not from theirs. That iteration, see, here's the difference. Our iteration, and we've seen this already because we read the banks. Remember, there was a document we went over recently. It was like maybe 2 weeks ago where finally we saw them directly talking about staking. Oh, listen, and remember what I said after we covered that document. I told you they want to go crazy with staking. Now, whether they actuate that or not, they still talked about it. And we knew that. Listen, there's no way the banks who, with traditional savings account and checking accounts as well, they take your money and lend it out. There's no way they're just going to stop making money, or they're not looking for a way to increase on the value they're already making. What they're doing right now is terrible, and they're losing customers. So of course they should want staking. What's wrong with that? What would be the reason they wouldn't go after it? If there is not a valid reason as to why they would not go after it, then I think deductive reasoning dictates they would go after that and utilize staking. Delegation, same thing. We're already seeing legacy system entities involved with delegation. Is that not what, when Google Cloud, I'm going to ask the question, right? Because I believe this is the way it is, but someone else will probably know a little bit more than I do. Now, when Google Cloud got involved with Flare, did they not only did they involve themselves with the staking of Flare, I believe, but didn't they involve themselves with delegation is what I want to get to. Delegation on Songbird, right? There's like a lot of big companies or whatever that utilize that system for testing right now. Like they're helping test the new iterations of the system. There's always upgrades going on over there, and they delegate, right? And then so with the delegation, sort of like staking, only get paid a little bit less, something like that. I think that's how it is. So already the legacy system has shown interest on both fronts, both the banking front and both the non-banking financial institution front and data provider front. Oh man, at least the ones who utilize the data providing from services like Flare, etc. If I phrase that the right way. I mean, oh man. It's just they're showing this how superior we are, and what that equals to is a lot of value flowing through us, because right now we have the only all-encompassing solution. Let's keep going. Wait a minute. So then he went on. They're hesitant to sign on the Fed now. He exposed that. There's nothing inherent in the systems. So it then says here, quote, it's just a matter of setting standards, unquote. And that, oh my goodness. He's just telling it all. Now, who makes sure that everyone is on one standard? How do you do that? Oh, you said, did you say smart contracts? Who has the best of the best smart contracts? Is it Solana? They're us. Is it Hedera? They're us. Is it Algorand? They're us. Who? Quant? They're us. You can't get around this new financial system. And then the programmability and global reach to make sure that there is the standards are that they're equal across the board, they're fair across the board, that they're obeyed across the board, no matter which jurisdiction you're in, no matter which region you're in. Globally, there is no one else that has that global reach. It just don't. And that equals a lot of value coming to that chain, to the new financial system. These are my thoughts. I just don't see any other way right now that this goes. So now, wait. There was something he said here. Did I get to the part where, did he already say the part where he felt like, they would be able to take a lot of opportunities from the U.S.? How long have we? Oh, man, we may have to come back to this. This is another article we're going to have to get deep in. And there is a video. We may go out over that as well. I see people enjoy that when we do the analysis of the audio from the videos. So now let's move on here because I have some other articles. OK. All right. So now let's see. We have 2 XRP articles. Let's do this one here. 20 reasons to be mega bullish on XRP. I like how that sounds. Mega bullish. All right. I usually say super bullish, but it's just a little difference here. It says here, a market pundit recently shared 20 reasons why he believes XRP has massive growth potential despite recent price struggles. So this person here goes by the the name Ripple Lord, right? All right, so let's find out what's going on here. Ripple Lord also pointed out that XRP transactions are faster, cheaper, more efficient than a lot of other ones. There's the only other ones that are as fast are also bank coins. XRP adoption and appeal for cross-border payments is another one. Favorable market trends and economic conditions. True. Ooh, things are looking good into the future for sure. As far as crypto is concerned, I mean, look, there's a lot of reasons here. He has XRP ETFs that are possible to be coming soon. There's a lot of things here. I mean, most of them we know. On-demand liquidity, we heard a little bit about that recently. Again, obviously, that's one of the absolute best things that these entities are going to be able to use. RWA tokenization. I mean, there's so many reasons. But okay, let's stop there because I want to slide over to this one here. Let's see how many articles we can get in today. This article here now is titled, my apologies, I just skimmed through that last article. I know we only have a little bit of time left, and I have 2 Solana articles. I have 2 Bitcoin. I have so many articles. So we don't have time for them all. ChatGPT and Google Gemini predict XRP price if Bitcoin hits $500,000 as predicted. Oh, Bloomberg. Oh, I forgot what Bloomberg says. So I guess Bloomberg is saying $500,000 for Bitcoin. But when? Did you put a timeline to that, Bloomberg? Because I don't remember. So many Bitcoin predictions out there. It says here, when Bitcoin first surpassed $42,000 last December, it marked the first time in 20 months that it had achieved this level. A report from Bloomberg highlighted this achievement, suggesting it could signal the beginning of a new super cycle that might propel Bitcoin to $500,000. More recently, financial pundits like Robert Kiyosaki have forecasted that Bitcoin could reach $500,000 by next year. I'm sticking to between $100,000 and $150,000 for me. I'm sticking with it. That's where I'm at. Last week, Bitcoin made a significant leap toward its March all-time high, but ultimately fell short of surpassing it. Essentially, if Bitcoin experiences a surge to $500,000, it is expected to trigger a significant rally in the altcoin market. Heck, that would be an insane rally. Not to mention all the other positive catalysts out there. Like I said, crypto is bullish, folks. Oh, I mean, listen, when good things come, you have to learn to enjoy them because sometimes they don't last very long. So I'm enjoying every moment of anything green, everything bullish. I'm telling you, and when the research is going well, is also, I'm enjoying that as well. So now it says here, at press time, Bitcoin is trading at $69,197. No, since that time, it definitely went up. Since since yesterday. It looked like, I didn't look too closely at the charts, but everything looked like they were green and really, really going up. So now it says here, up just 2% over the past week. If Bitcoin were to attain $500,000 from its current level, today's investors would see a massive 622% expansion in their portfolio. At this level, sorry, I got a little air in my chest. At this level, Bitcoin's market cap would be approximately $9.9 trillion. Meanwhile, XRP is worth 50 cents today. I think that probably went up also. I thought I saw the charts looking green. Sorry, I was doing a lot of running around today, folks. Very busy day for Alphaname. So I didn't get to look at the specificity of what was going on. It says, but 50 cents today with a market cap of 28.64 billion, applying a similar growth potential of 622%, XRP would elevate its current price to $3.64. And remember, they're just basing that off of a Bitcoin bull run. None of those other catalysts, not RWA, not interbank payments, none of that. So that's interesting. All right. So now let's go here. We have 2 Solana articles. Looks like we're just going to be able to fit in just one. We have one about Solana competing with ETH. We'll do this one. Here we go. Let's click on that. See if it'll pop up here. Solana transfer volume suddenly spikes to 224 billion. Really? Okay. It says here, Glassnode notes that Sol clocked $224 billion worth of transfer volume in a single day, nearly 3x of the asset's market cap, which sits around $78 billion at the time of writing. Solana has a bright future. I'm telling you, man. Despite all the people going against Solana all the time, and for years now, it has a bright future. They love to use it. Quote, this surge was driven by high activity wallet using multiple accounts. This wallet, likely an arbitrage bot, ramped up activity in early October and was likely responsible for the recent fee increases many were discussing. It says Sol is trading at $185.98 at the time of writing. The fifth ranked crypto asset by market cap is up more than 16.1% in the past 24 hours. Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal thinks if Sol turns $185 into support, it could serve as a bellwether for the broader crypto market entering the most explosive phase of the cycle. All right, now let's get here to a little bit of Bitcoin news. We can't leave the big dog out because I'm trying to make some money off of Bitcoin. It's not time for me to sell yet. Not yet. Oh no. The fun hasn't begun yet. Not for me. It has, right? What's going on with my light here? My light is like, oh man. Sometimes when it's like darker outside, this light makes everything look more orange. I look like orange right now. Holy smokes. Anyway, let's get here. Let's see. Which one should we do? We have 3 Bitcoin articles, Bitcoin Solana, Bitcoin shorters are getting wrecked. And then we have Mt. Gox. You know what? Let's look at this Mt. Gox information here, just in case that could be a catalyst for something in the future. So let's see. Let's find out what's going on. Mt. Gox moves $2.2 billion of Bitcoin, adding to Bitcoin selling pressure. More than $9.4 billion worth of Bitcoin was owed to about 127,000 Mt. Gox creditors for over 10 years. It says here, Mt. Gox transferred billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, partly to centralized exchanges, suggesting that more creditors may be repaid as the 10-year saga approaches a conclusion. The wallet associated with the bankrupt cryptocurrency exchange transferred more than $2.19 billion worth of Bitcoin to 3 new wallets on November the 4th. Part of the funds were moved to centralized cryptocurrency exchanges, OKX and B2C2. According to on-chain data by Spot On-Chain shared in a November 5th X post. It says here, it continues on, quote, over the last 4 days, Mt. Gox has transferred a total of 32,871 Bitcoin, $2.2 billion. Among these tokens, 296 BTC was moved to B2C2 and OKX. Currently, there remain 12,006 Bitcoin in Mt. Gox known wallets. All right, so there we have some catalysts, folks, for the future that could do something. Anything that brings Bitcoin's price down, in my humble opinion, is temporary at this point. Bitcoin is so bullish, it's unbelievable. I don't think anything can stop the explosive bull run that is to come as of right now. And then they just keep saying the 9.4 billion. They just keep on referencing that. It says, will Mt. Gox add to Bitcoin selling pressure? The wallets associated with Mt. Gox hold another $825 million worth of Bitcoin at the time of publication, according to Spot On-Chain data. All right, let's see. Can we slide one more in? Is that possible? Yeah, I think it is. Let's do this little wee bit here. Bitcoin shorters are getting wrecked after new $75,000 high. Almost $180 million in short positions in Bitcoin have been wiped as it hit an all-time high, with an analyst saying it is, quote, meaningful that, unquote, that it is driven by spot demand. All right. Bitcoin traders will bet on an election-induced price decline have been liquidated to the tune of $180 million as the cryptocurrency shattered its previous all-time high and briefly hit $75,000. Quote, the spot market is flying and shorts are getting wrecked, unquote. Pav Hundal, lead analyst at crypto exchange Swiftix, told Cointelegraph, quote, traders are betting that the crypto summer is back and it's almost all buy action on our order books right now. Thank goodness some of us, we loaded up on some things a while back, you know what I mean? Just because, once again, there is a massive bull run that is predicted to come. All evidence points towards that, so I like to be prepared ahead of time, just my way. On November 6th, it says Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, $75,000.85 on Coinbase, breaking through its prior peak of $73,679 set on March 13th and liquidating about $179 million in Bitcoin short positions in the next 4 hours, according to CoinGlass data. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.